Hey, welcome to my channel. I am going to do just a quick wrap up for June. I don't know if it's hot where y'all are, but I'm already starting to feel a little warm, so it'll probably be pretty quick. I read 8 books in June, which was a little bit less than May, I think, but probably about what I typically do. I usually do about 2 books a week. The Girl with the Louding Voice. I read that in audiobook, and I really loved that one. It was about a girl in Nigeria who is basically sold as a house girl to move to Lagos, and is really interested in figuring out a way to get to school and get her education. So love that one. I think it's getting a lot of great press for that book. Afterlife by Julia Alvarez. This book is about a woman who immigrated from Mexico, and she is married to a white American doctor who dies. And then, actually, I think she's actually Dominican. The character is Dominican. The people that she's trying to help who work on the farm that next door to her are from Mexico. And she kind of gets involved in their plan to move here. And she's also having to figure out how to deal with having a sister. One of her 3 sisters is missing. So that was really good, and you can see that it's small and it's so cute, and I'm so glad I read it. The Dactyl Hill Squad, which is a middle grade, I loved. I have a video for that one. I'll put it in the card above. Felix Ever After, which is about a trans male who is trying to figure out who is being a jerk to him at school and also wants to fall in love. So that was really cute. Especially if you like the sort of like, it's not really a love triangle, but he's trying to figure out who he loves. And I've seen some people who have done reviews for Felix Ever After, and 2 of the criticisms that I've heard are, one, that the young people party, so they smoke and drink and all of that stuff, and I've heard a couple of kind of straight edge folks who really hated that. Me growing up, which of course was a million years ago, a lot of kids, the kids that I hung out with, were drinkers and smokers, so it didn't even faze me that that was part of their like 17, 18-year-old lifestyle. But just to be aware, if you don't like that, be aware of that. And then the other one was that Felix is trying to find love, and so he kind of isn't sure. He's like, oh, maybe I really like this guy. Oh, maybe I really like this guy. It happened, man. I remember being 17. Love. Exciting and new. Let's see. Southern Book Club Guide to Slaying Vampires. That was probably my disappointment for the month of June. I liked it okay. It would have been better if it was 100 pages shorter. It was about housewives who, one of them knows that the man who just moved into their town is a bad guy, and people really don't believe her. And when they do believe her, they don't really want to mess with the status quo. But I liked it okay. It just wasn't my favorite book. I will link you to another video where I talked a little bit more about that. But it wasn't what I was hoping for. All Adults Here was a book about, I don't remember specifically, but I think I give it 4 or 5 stars. One of the characters, it follows a group of adult siblings, one of whom is pregnant through artificial insemination, and one of whom is the oldest and always, you know, has been trying to get his parents to say they love him, and one of them is the youngest, and he's really, you know, irresponsible. So it was a little caricature-y, they were a little flat sometimes, but it was an okay book. I really liked the story, and sort of hearing about sort of the relationships within the family. So it was a good adult fiction, realistic book for June. Mother of Black Hollywood. So that was a memoir for Jennifer Lewis, who started her acting career on Broadway and then has gone to the small screen and to the big screen. She's a major diva, so she's over the top often, and sometimes that kind of got on my nerves. I liked hearing about her figuring out, like when she got into therapy and really thinking about what was going on with her. I really liked that part a lot. So I would recommend it if you like memoirs, especially celebrity memoirs, or if you're interested in hearing people's different experiences with mental health struggle. She was diagnosed with bipolar disorder when she was in her 30s. Sex Lives of Siamese Twins. I would probably say, so I put a review of this on my Goodreads, and basically it was a warning post. Like, the main character is a terrible person. She's a racist and she's homophobic and a hater, and she hates fat people. It talks just terribly about everyone. And I posted some of that because I think it's important for people to know. Like, when I first started, because I listened to the audiobook, when I first started listening to it, like the way that she was talking about heavy people, and as a heavy person myself, I was like, what? But it's Irvin Welsh, and so I think his books are kind of gritty and dark, and bad things happen a lot. So it was probably one of my favorite books for June, but it's not a book I would recommend to everyone. So just to be aware of that. I really enjoyed it. There were twists, well, yeah, you could call them twists. There are things that I hope don't happen in the real world very often. Like I said, the main character is off her nut. She's been traumatized, but also just really ingrained in this idea of fitness and having some control over her life. And she sleeps with everyone and is hateful, and assault happens. So be aware of all of those things. But if you're into gritty stuff, I would say Irvin Welsh is one of the people you should read a little bit of. Is that everything? Wow, I really did breeze through all of those, probably because I can't remember everything that happened in all of them. I also, in June, bought this new book bow, which I just love because it looks like a tarot card, and it's called the Bibliophile. This is not an ad or a paid endorsement. I have a bunch of book sleeves, more than I actually need probably, but I really like them. I also carry a backpack that doesn't have sections, so I like putting books and notebooks in book sleeves to go in my backpack so that it doesn't get all beat up. But I just love this one, so that's something I got that I didn't need. I also got, I don't know if everybody's getting these targeted ads on Facebook, but I got this lamp that looks like a crow. So unnecessary, and one of my current favorite possessions. I named when we moved into this house 8 years ago, I named our estate Ravenshire. So that's fairly ridiculous, I know. I guess I don't have anything else to talk about. So I will see you for the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.